Hello everyone, my name is Talal and welcome to Popcorn and Soda, the show where we discuss all things movies, pop culture, and so much more. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for making me a small part of your day. Toronto International Film Festival. Film festival that's in my own backyard here in Toronto, one of the most diverse and wonderful cities in the world. And hey, I truly believe TIFF is one of the top film festivals in the world, not because it celebrates the inclusivity of Toronto, it celebrates the inclusivity of movies worldwide. Here is a festival where you'll see the big blockbusters and you'll also see the small art house films and everything in between. And that is why I love TIFF. There's just magic in the air when it's TIFF season in Toronto, and it's just you got the big movies, the big premieres, the red carpets, the galas, and all of that is something that I just, as a movie fan, you love. And one thing that is really important about TIFF and why I think TIFF is such an amazing festival is it's really for the film fans because anyone can go to TIFF. You can book a flight to Toronto, create, your own movie package and watch all the movies that you want. And I think it invites people into Toronto and it invites film fans to Toronto. And I had a chance to see so many great people that I know traveled from other countries to come to Toronto to check out these films. And I love that. It's the power of film that connects us all together. And that's the beauty of cinema. Art is in the eye of the beholder. Something that I may like, you may not. And something that you like may not click with me. And that is perfectly okay. As long as I believe you're being fair in your opinion, and I believe as long as it's truthful and honest to you, and I love that. I love hearing other people's thoughts on movies. So this year at TIFF was actually a very special one for me, and quite possibly one of the best movie-going experiences, and quite possibly one of the best weeks of my life. Like, I know it sounds like, whoa, that's saying quite a bit, but as a first-time member of being part of the Accredited Press, this entire film festival was just something else, and it will be a festival that I'll never forget, especially from my very first experience as a member of the press. And it was a proud moment because I've been working on my platform here at Popcorn and Soda for close to 4 years, and on top of that I've been in the content creation game for almost 8. It's a culmination of a lot of that hard work, a lot of those hundreds of hours of creating content, thousands of rejections, and, celebrating the wins along the way, but just continuously keep going forward. And just getting a chance to get my press credential this year as a member of the press, that meant the world to me. And it's a big thank you to everyone at the TIFF team who made this festival happen. And yeah, it was just an electric atmosphere. And that is even including minus everything that is going on in the world of Hollywood right now with, of course, the SAG-AFTRA strike, and of course at the time with the Writers Guild of America strike as well. So it was, in theory, a very low-key TIFF compared to past years because you didn't have the big stars that were walking the red carpets or the really big movie premieres as years past, but sure didn't feel like that to me at all. There was quite a few different interim agreements that were in place, so you did see quite a few amazing stars. And yeah, like overall, just the electricity of this festival and what it does for the city, it was tangible. And that's what I loved. It was one of the best weeks I've ever had of anything, especially because you're around so many other amazing film fans and people that live and breathe films. And I love that because it's not every day you get to have that. Just how lucky I am to be in Toronto, where we're having one of the biggest film festivals in the entire world. So, let's talk about my experience. As I said, first time as a member of the Accredited Press, and first time on the red carpet. I had a pleasure and an honor of being, selected to be as a member of the red carpet for the media pit for Nickelback Hate to Love, the premiere of that film, and I had a great time there. It was my first ever red carpet. Didn't really know what I was doing, but hey, you keep going. That's the biggest thing that I always say to any new creative or any new creator in any field. Just keep going. Keep going. You'll find a way to make it work. I was the cameraman, I was the audio tech, I was the sound equipment guy, and I was the host as well. Just see, you gotta just believe in yourself and just go for it. So I had such an amazing adrenaline rush when I was on that red carpet. It was just time of my life. On top of that, I had a chance to interview such amazing creatives as well who were debuting their films at TIFF. Such as directors like Kiran Rao of Lapata Ladies and Minal Beg of We Grown Now. It was just an amazing time. But the most important, what's a film festival without the films? And boy, were there some amazing films this year at TIFF. And it just felt odd. I don't want to say odd, but it just felt so surreal. Just so surreal because I'm so used to going to the movie theater, and it's one of my favorite things to do is to go to a movie theater and watch a movie with my friends or my family. It's like a big thing in my life. It's something like, it's almost sacred going to the theater. I love the whole experience, from the popcorn, from the soda, wink, wink. Hey, fun fact, that's actually how I got the name of this podcast. Those are the two things I get anytime I go, which pretty much everyone else does too. But point being, going to a theater is an experience, and I love that. And the fact that, I was fortunate enough, and again, as thankful to the entire TIFF team for allowing popcorn and soda to cover this year's Toronto International Film Festival and be able to get into any press and industry screening as I wanted just by showing my credential. It was like, wow, that's that's great. Because at the end of the day, I'm a movie fan. That's all I am. I'm a movie fan who just, happened to work really hard on their craft, and as someone who is still growing. Again, there's days I don't even know what I'm doing, but the fact is, you gotta just keep going. Just keep going. If you got a dream, if you've got any plans, you just gotta just keep going and just start. To get to day 1000, you have to start at day 1. So just start. And to me, it was just such a humbling and just an honor to be there, because the power of movies, I think there's nothing like cinema in the world. It unites everyone. It truly does. A movie can be viewed by 100 different people and have 100 different reactions and 100 different reviews. But yet the emotional, the comedy, the drama, everything together creates an experience that unites the world. And I think with everything that's been going on in the world in the last 3-4 years, it's so important that we have that. So I do want to give some big thank yous to so many different people that made this year's TIFF happen. Number one, of course, the entire team at the Toronto International Film Festival. An amazing event. It was so smooth. They were so hospitable. Amazing. The team, from their social media team, their team were just communications team, everything was so just perfectly set out, made so easy for all of us with the welcome package and just through the accreditation process. So big thank you to everyone at TIFF for making this such a smooth festival. Number 2, I want to give a big thank you to all the film festival volunteers, because there were so many of them that were just so kind, and they were just guiding you along the way. If you were lost, which I was a few times, because I'm like, all right, is this screening here? Is this screening there? And they were so happy to help anytime. So big love to all the volunteers at TIFF, because I know a lot of you are movie fans as well. And I hope you guys had an amazing festival equally as much as I did. Number 3, all the amazing, cool people I got to meet that I watched their videos on YouTube, people I've seen on Instagram, people that I've actually communicated with, but never actually met face to face. That was great. It's always an amazing time, and very humbling when someone says, hey, I saw you from so-and-so, and it's like, wait, what? Like, I'm just the normal dude. But that was great. And lastly, all the film fans. I know TIFF has been, again, over the last couple of years with everything that happened with the pandemic, it's been one of those things where we're slowly getting back to the full-fledged festival. And I love that. And that, a big part of that is the film fans and the community of wanting to show their support for a festival that's this amazing. So I love that. And again, I'm a film fan, number 1. Although I was credited for press, and I hope I get to cover this festival for the next 50 years, however many years, I'm always a film fan at heart. I was that guy that stood in line for 10 hours Yep, 10 hours in a rush line to get in to watch The Joker. So I know that feeling. I know that rush of being in that line and hoping that you'll be able to get in. And that is why I just connect with all the film goers that come to TIFF, the film watchers all across the world, and people that one day do want to come to TIFF, because I truly want to invite each and every one of you to come to Toronto. And if you're a movie fan and if you're able to come, definitely do check out TIFF next year, because I think it's so important that we keep growing the Canadian media industry, the Canadian film industry, and just overall showcasing and highlighting our love of Toronto. So that was my experience at this year's Toronto International Film Festival. Hey, if you were there this year, please comment below. Let me know what were some of your favorite movies, your favorite experiences. If you ran into any, actor or celebrity or anyone there, your favorite moments. I would love to hear them. And of course, as I always say, all movies are subjective. So I hope you liked all the movies that you watched, and I hope you continue to support movies in any way that you can. And that was my experience at this year's Toronto International Film Festival.